This computer is not good at all, but I just want to preempt this video on virus and cold was September 2019, and much of it is important um, because I call it what not to do. And believe me, if you do any of what I did, you're going to get COVID-19 for sure. Um, and I'm doing a separate video on COVID-19. It's going to be much longer, and it's going to be all the research because I'm shutting down. I'm not going to survive COVID-19. But this is also part of my biography because it shows you how a simple cold can kill me very quickly. And I really want people with a low immune system to understand that. And good luck. God bless.
This video is about virus season, what not to do, because I spent 6 months to get well. I have Parkinsonism and all my life. I'm 78. And then 5 years ago, I got an inoperative tumor that did nerve damage. Make a long story short, it's taken me all that time to repair the nerve damage with OKRA and my diet for disease control. And I have not had an energy level. I could manage maybe 3 hours of either cross-country skiing on the flat, can't climb. That was last year. I got to that point where I was well enough to do that. And I've been able to dance periodically, but I would dance for 1 hour and then I would crash for 3 and 4 days. So it's very limited what I could do. I used to love to shop and wander and talk to young people, and I like colors. I'm very human rights activist, and I haven't been able to drive my Jeep by myself and do much by myself. I am lucky. I have a partner of 34 years who found me paralyzed 34 years ago in a church basement, and on and off he has taken care of me, and we live together full time when we can, now since 2009. But anyway, that's in my autobiography. That's a whole other story. But finally, success. I discovered that I must be a little bit deficient in some kind of vitamins or protein, I don't know what. And turnips turned me around, unbelievable. I'm not talking my Parkinsonism. OKRA reversed the brain damage. I couldn't read or write. Took me 22 years, blah, blah. You'll find that online. I have all that on my website. But, yeah, I had brain damage. Couldn't read or write. And I was a professional investment consultant, and I was friggin' brilliant. Anyway, I had 9 hours, people. 9 hours. Turnips just gave me unbelievable energy. I cleaned the floor in my closet room. I went through all my clothes and I organized them because we had to move in February. Our apartment was infested with mice. That's a whole other story. Yeah, I have a lot of shit goes down in my life. Anyway, it's like the gremlins are out to get me all the time. And I have been brutally tortured, and I have been robbed of over $1 million, and I have been robbed of my home, and in Canada, real estate laws are so criminal, they're banned in every other country. I've got all that information. So I'm very active, even though I'm a very sick person. So here I had 9 hours. I could clean the room, I could do my own clothes, and you know, Dan tries to help, but he's not into my clothes, right? I do all the fashion stuff. Anyway, after 3 hours of working in the room, I still was pumped with energy. I felt like I was 15 years old. I was just so happy. And I got in my Jeep and I drove myself clear across the other side of town, and I went to New Sudbury. And I bought new shoes because my feet have been swelling that's the tumor causing circulation damage, right? So I had to get out in different walking shoes. And I need to have also shoes that are high, not too high, but that stretch the muscles. I'm a dancer also by nature. If I'd never been sick, I would have been on Broadway. Yeah, that's all in my biography. So anyway, I went out, and it's September. It's virus season, people. And dummy me, I always wear gloves. See, I always wear gloves. I have very sensitive skin, and I don't like, and I guess I'm a little bit of germ phobic, but anyway, I gloves protect me from, you know, little things. I might touch a product and I get a cut, and I don't heal. I have very low T and B cell function. That's the because I was poisoned as a child and all of my life with canola oil and toxic chemicals and that sort of everything. Anyway, so I went out with my gloves, so happy, and I was wearing bright yellow, and I looked gorgeous, and I had a really cute yellow hat, and I had a lovely yellow and green top that I made. I make a lot of my own clothes, and a beautiful yellow pants that I made. They were really cute, and everywhere I went, even a policeman in the mall and a security guard and young people and children all waving at me. Everybody loved my outfit. People stopped me everywhere I went, in Walmart and in Justice and in the mall, and it was just so elevating, and I had all these endorphins flying. I was so happy, and I went to Ardene's and I found a sale, buy one get the other one 50% off. So I bought really great shoes. I like sparkles. Big kid. I'm never going to grow up. And a beautiful teenager with bright orange hair. We stopped and we chatted, and I told her I did that once in 1964 by accident, and I got fired the next day, and we laughed and we hugged and everything. And she was so cute, and she showed me a woman on Instagram, and she said I should be on Instagram. Well, here's the thing. I don't have a smartphone. I don't like smartphones. It's not about the money. I just don't like them. Too many stuff on there. It confuses me. I mean, listen, I couldn't make a sentence for 22 years that was coherent. I can't navigate. It's all I've done to be able to manage my computers. And I mean, look at me. I have two computers, and I've got, and I went, and I've got websites, and I've got YouTube and everything, and I'm politically active, and I promote dancing for seniors, and I'm fighting to stop the corruption in our legal system, and I made lawyers mad at me, and one robbed me of $70,000. He tricked me, and he took $70,000 of my money, and he put me through torture for 2 years. But that's one of the things. Anyway, my life's been hell. So finally, after all this time, I was so well. I was so strong. I was so gorgeous, and it was so beautiful. And what did I do? Yeah, I didn't bring a box of Kleenex with me, people. That's all you need is Kleenex. Yes, a simple box. Carry a box of Kleenex with you. Stupid me, I didn't think to do that. And I'm wearing my gloves, and I'm walking around, and I'm touching stuff, and I'm buying things. And what do? I have allergies because I have a low immune system, allergic to the planet. So it doesn't matter how good I get, I'm gonna have a runny nose. So I'm doing this, right? See, I'm doing this. How stupid. So I just didn't even think, and I didn't even bring a box of Kleenex with me. And here's the other thing I do. Like, I drink a lot of water, okay? I drink about 8 cups of water a day because of, and I take garlic pills, and I have to because my immune system is so low I can't breathe. So I didn't clean my glass in over a month, and I come home. I drove all the way home. Everything was great. And I get home at 3 o'clock, and I'm pumped. I've got all this energy. So I start making a supper for Dan. I'm too hyper. I'm not going to eat myself. So I just took, my kefir, and I took my B100s and my supplements, whatever, and then I took a greens, like, you know, greens and a protein drink powder, just to make sure I don't drop my immune system. So anyway, I come home, I still got all this energy, and 5 o'clock, pow, went semi-catatonic, people. Wound up in bed, couldn't talk, couldn't walk, couldn't move. Now, here's the good news. I was in no pain. So I knew it wasn't Parkinsonism. I knew it wasn't from being poisoned. I knew it wasn't from gas, oil, diesel. I wear a gas mask anyway. But and I could still get, you know, when I'm walking, I could get some fumes in the mall, or somebody be wearing perfume. But that would be excruciating pain and lightning, when it like being hit with lightning through every molecule of your body. That's the kind of pain when I take a Parkinsonism attack. So no, it wasn't that. I was not in pain. I just couldn't move. So Dan comes home. We were supposed to go dancing. Oh God, how I looked forward to that, you know. Anyway, I had eaten turnips, by the way. I need to tell you that, and obviously that's what turned me around and gave me the energy. So I'm going to have 1 turnip a day from now on. Turnips are really powerful. I never knew that. OKRA controls the brain damage. Without it, I would die. It's as simple as that, raw okra. But the turnip has got so many nutrients in it that it really pumped me up. Unbelievable. Anyway, so I'm in bed and I can't move, and I'm not exactly sleeping. I don't know how to explain to you what semi-catatonic is like, but you're just kind of there. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't digest what I was watching. I was just kind of in the twilight zone. So he comes home at 6 o'clock, and he sees something's wrong. So he says, "What's wrong?" And I can't talk. So I go, and he knows me. He says, "Okay, coffee." I go, yeah. And that's all I can say. I mean, it's like baby talk. I can't say full sentences. So, like, I'm still struggling a little bit, but I'm on the mend. So anyway, he makes me a coffee. Doesn't work. So he says, "Okay, we'll wait an hour." And he says, "You're going to get another hour, and I'll wake you up in an hour." 7 o'clock, same deal. No way, Jose. So I don't know when I figured out this is a virus. I have to take extra garlic pills. Make a long story short, this is now 7 o'clock in the morning, and I think around 9 o'clock I pulled out this one. Now, I need you to know that Nature's Bounty is what I usually take because it's I can't say the word. That's a little bit of dyslexia. Coated. Anyway, they're coated for your stomach. So, you know, because garlic can be hard in the stomach. And this one is a garlic oil, and it is hard in your stomach, people, but I eat red pepper and spices up the yin-yang. I'm allergic to ginger, but anyway, this one is 1,500 milligrams, and it's Jameson. And I have a backup supply of those. Dan found that for me at Chris Independent, but they're everywhere. And anyway, they're really good. So I'm going to call them and get them to order me in some. Chris is wonderful. They'll order me anything. If you can, you need to get help from your pharmacist. I have a pharmacist at Walmart, Everett and Sanchez, that helped me keep me alive, and I nearly went blind, and anyway, that's a whole lot. And so Chris Independent here, which is a Loblaws franchise, they're the only ones that will order in a special for me, anything I need. Kudos to Mike and Chris and all the staff and Roger and everybody there and all the names I can't remember. They're really, truly wonderful. I mean, because I get very badly abused by the community in Sudbury, and it's really painful, like emotionally and mentally painful, and everybody's been so cruel to me, including family. So yeah. So anyway, I went through a whole bottle from around 9 o'clock until now, and plus I took about 30 of these, and there's another one that's only 500. It's not as strong, and I took about 30 of those, but this is the one that turned me around. And I'm not saying you should take what I do, people, because I know my stomach handles it, and I mean, I know that some people could take, this is 2,000 milligrams. Dan just takes 4 and boom, like that, he's okay. Me, I gotta take all this and this, up to 300 a day sometimes, or I'd be on antibiotics, and I'd rather die than go back on antibiotics. Don't get me started on that one. I nearly died on clindamycin, and it actually killed my mother. So yes, I'm very hyper right now. Can't help it. My brain is going like that, and I'm in flashbacks, and I'm all over the place. And what else can I tell you? Oh yeah, vinegar. Keep a bottle of vinegar by your bed, and do that, and keep washing your hands, yes, and use Kleenex. Make sure. Now, I don't buy the antibiotic or whatever they call it, the Kleenex that's germ-free. This is just hypoallergic Kleenex. And I'll tell you why I don't buy the other one. Yeah, it'll kill germs, but guess what? I put it to my eye because I'm constantly wiping my eyes. Well, if I wipe my eyes with vinegar, all right, it might hurt a little bit, but it won't make me go blind. I'm telling you, it's not funny what happened to me with that other kind of Kleenex. So be very careful. We have to protect our eyes. Now, I'm also, Dan made me matcha tea with just a little bit of honey because I'm on a special diet. I need to reverse. Because I've been in bed for so many years and sleeping 80% of, like not sleeping, but I was crippled for 5 years. I have white fat way up in my cavity, and I struggle to breathe. Now I'm on a special diet. I'm turning white fat into brown fat, and temporarily I'm 100%, almost 100% off any carbohydrate. And do you know that all these years I wasn't eating enough fat? Now, I thought fat was like sugar. I've done 50, oh, more than that. I started to research, I was 7 years old, so okay. I've done about 70 years, almost my entire life of research into diets for disease controls, particularly since 1986. With biochemists in the United States and from Japan and all over. And anyway, we won't go into that. It's part of my biography. So, yeah. So, I lost where I was talking. What was I talking about? Biochemistry, research. Fiddle-dee-dee. Come on, brain. All right. Well, I don't know. Must have been, I hope it wasn't important. But, yeah, I didn't know. I discovered OKRA in a vision in 1995, and it reversed the brain damage so that I could relearn and retain memory. It restored my memory, but I had to relearn. I mean, a portion of my brain had been wiped out from canola oil. See, I was going to touch my mouth there. Yeah, make sure you don't touch your mouth with your hands, and spray with vinegar. And yeah, my bottle, my water, I drink a lot of water. Well, I wasn't washing it, so now when you have a virus, you have to wash it regularly and make sure that you don't give the virus back to yourself. I've done that many times. Make sure that you don't touch your eyes with your hands because you'll get an infection. I've done that. Been there, done that. Yeah, this is really, I think, more about what not to do, because you name it, I've done it all wrong. I did videos on the law too, and all the mistakes that I made there, and cost me $1.5 million. Anyhow, Please be careful wherever you go. I do think it's good to wear gloves, but make sure you don't touch your mouth and you don't touch your eyes, and you carry Kleenex with you. Now that it's virus season, I'm going to put out an email to all my friends and my dancers. If I get to my feet, they're not to hug me anymore, because that's what I do. Is I've learned hugging makes me feel really wonderful, but I have to be careful now because the virus started. And this is Sudbury, Ontario, Northern Ontario, Canada, but viruses are everywhere, and they do seem to have a season. And I have not yet had my flu shot, and because I've already got a virus, I certainly can't go and get one, but I'll call, and as soon as I'm well, I'll go get my flu shot. Now, I know a lot of people are against the flu shot. For me, okay, I'm talking for me, and I have dangerously low T and B cell function. I have brain damage, Parkinsonism, but a flu shot has never, ever, ever done me any harm. In fact, when I didn't take the flu shot, I was sick with flu over 6, 7, 8 months of the year, not once, but 3 and 4 times. And I nearly died a couple of times. So I take the flu shot, and I have never had the flu. I get virus, I get lung infection, I get infections, yes, but and that for me is really bad, because the virus will turn into an infection very, very quickly because of my low immune system. And the difference is, if you can tell if it's yellow or if it's green, it's definitely a bacteria. And if it's yellow, it may only be a virus. And if it's white, it's a virus. So I hope that will help somebody not do what I did. God bless everybody. And I'm going to try to learn how to get on Instagram without getting a smartphone, because I hate smartphones. I hate iPods. I like to use my GoPro or my camera and upload to my computer, my iMac. So, okay. Love to everybody on the planet. Be well, and God bless.